Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a long-awaited music collection update video. I haven't done one of these in about a few months, and I got a lot of stuff in the last few months. I have like a stack of vinyls right here. I only have one cassette and a DVD, and I have like a big stack of CDs right here. Sorry if I seem a little out of breath. I've only worked like half a day. I've been up since 5 a.m. Just got home. So yeah, just thought I'd do a little update for you guys. Yeah, just gonna try to blow through it all and not comment on much. Otherwise, we'd be here till next week. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll start off with the cassette I have, and it's a new release from 2023. That'd be the new Nervosa album, Jailbreak. I love this album. First album with the new lineup, with now Preeka Armarella taking over lead vocals. It's a pretty good album, and I got it in like a red cassette right here, and it's a really good album. I'm looking forward to finally seeing them next month at 70,000 Tons of Metal. It's hard to believe it's almost a month away. So I hope anybody that's watching this, I hope to see you all there. And another 70K band I'm looking forward to finally seeing. I can knock them off my bucket list. It's a live concert DVD, and that'd be from the band Marduk with their album, the live concert called Funeral Marches and War Songs. This one actually has a few concerts. First off being one from Paris, France, April 9th, 2003. And then one from Katowice, Poland, April 5th, 2003. And then August 7th, 2003 from Party Sand, Bad Berka, Germany. And as well as some live stuff. It's a pretty good live DVD. So yeah. And then moving on to the CD piles. This first two CDs I'm going to showcase. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of shit and downvotes, and I know some people want sub, but I really don't give a fuck. And I saw this one. I got this at Second and Charles. This is not Second Charles. CD Warehouse over in Marietta, and that'd be. And it was $2. So I had to get this, and I'm talking about Millennium by Backstreet Boys. Give me shit all you want, but I like this album. Hard to believe this album came out almost 25 years ago, and I still think it's a catchy album. So yeah, hate on me all you want, I don't really care. But then I have another Backstreet Boys album, and I actually kind of dig this album. It's kind of different compared to their other stuff, and that'd be their album Never Gone. This album came out in 2005, so fuck, almost 18 years ago, which is kind of nuts to think about, since I was like 11 when this album came out. But I actually think this is a pretty good album, very underrated album. Like, nobody ever talks about this one, to be honest. Yeah, and I probably lost like 500 subs, so bye-bye. I should redeem myself with these next few. First one I'll talk about is another 2023 release, and that'd be The Surface by Beartooth. If you aren't familiar with Beartooth, they're sort of like a hardcore punk metalcore band based out of Ohio. I dig this album. This follows up their previous album, Below, which came out in 21. Really good album. Some of my favorite songs are like Doubt Me and Riptide. Just really catchy band. You should check them out if you haven't. Anyway, another album to showcase for you all this year, and that'd be the new Cannibal Corpse album, Chaosorific. I don't think I need to say anything about Cannibal Corpse that hasn't been said already. Legends in Death Metal, 16 albums in, and it's just rules as always. I got this from when I saw them on their headline back in October. It was like $30, but it actually came signed by the band, which is awesome, and really nice dudes. It's just, I definitely consider this a beast of an album. And then next up we have, probably in my opinion, the best deathcore band going right now, and that is Necromantium by Carnifex. Really dig this album. Their 9th album, of course, deathcore band hailing all the way from San Diego, California. Friends with these guys, they just kill it as always. Scott and Sean and Fred and everybody just fucking kick ass yet again. Another great album, really dark sounding too. Then next up I have a new addition to the collection. That'd be the band Catalyst Crime with their self-titled album. If you aren't familiar with Catalyst Crime, they're sort of a symphonic kind of metal band based out of, well, they have like different members. Like, of course, the two main members are, of course, being my good friend Zoe Fedorov from Arizona. I think her and her dad, who's the bass player in this band, they have like other members from America, as well as like some members from Canada, Germany, and this is a really good album. I had Zoe sign this right here from when I saw her with Cradle of Filth last October. It's a really good album. I'm hoping they play live soon. I would love to see them. Next up, I have the new addition to the new album, I should say, which is the band Cobra Spell with their new album 666, their debut full-length album. I did this album. This follows up their previous 2 EPs called Love Venom and Anthems of the Night, I believe. It's just really heavier. I was a bit of a darker kind of edgy kind of tone to it, to say. Has that kind of 80s heavy metal vibe, but I really dig this. It's a really good addition to their discography. Anyway, moving on to pretty much a rare addition to this. You can only get this at shows, but I got this since I'm friends with this band, and that'd be Conquer Divide with the Self-Medicated EP. If you aren't familiar with this, I heard they were selling this at shows. And this basically has like some of the singles that were released during the whole pandemic up before their new album Slow Burn. And cool thing is it has a disc which actually came signed by the band, but I hate these fucking little sleeves things because it gets all the like the disc all scratched up, but it's pretty cool. But I prefer to have like the case signed from them. But next time I see them, I'm gonna have them sign that. I'm gonna try to get this in there. Next up, we got 2 CDs from the same band, and that'd be the band Dying Fetus, classic death metal band from Maryland, been around since the early 90s. I have their album Killing on Adrenaline, and their new album that came out this year, Make Them Beg for Death. Of course, Dying Fetus, I don't think I need to say anything about them. Really great band. I think I've seen them live now 9-10 times, and I could literally watch them every day and not get sick of it. Excuse me. Next up, I got the latest Equilibrium album, Renegades. If you aren't familiar with Renegades, they're Equilibrium, I should say. Ugh, I can't even talk today, guys. They're a folk metal band based out of Germany. I have all their other albums, but their latest album was the only one I haven't had. This one actually has a bonus CD, which actually has like 8-bit versions of like all the songs on here, which I think this was pretty interesting. So yeah, and I'm also looking forward to finally seeing them at 70,000 Tons, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Put this back right here. Okay, moving on to another an album that came out last year, but I needed to get, and that was the new Immortal album, War Against All. Really good album, follows up their previous album. I can't remember the name of it. I have it right here. Northern Chaos Gods, which of course the second album without Abath, but of course Demona is definitely continuing on with the band, and it just definitely is really great. Really good follow-up to that album. Anyway, moving on to the new In Flames album, Foregone. I actually got this, when I got it, came signed by the band. Really great comeback album. I think this steps up from their last few albums. It definitely sounds like they definitely got back to their roots. And I'm just surprised when I first heard the song State of Slow Decay, and I was thinking, wow, sounds like old In Flames. Probably the best thing they've done since probably Clayman. I bet you they've probably heard the Halo Effect, which had some of the former members of In Flames being like Peter Iwers, Daniel Svensson, and they probably heard it and be like, yeah, we gotta stop writing pop songs. But yeah, really good album. I was pleasantly surprised. Next up, I got a local CD, and this is from my friend Tin and Violet, called Blackout. It's basically kind of acoustic 6 songs, which it's pretty good. I'm usually not like a huge fan of like all acoustic stick releases, but this one I think is pretty good. Anyway, next up I got the new Kalma album, self-titled. Really great band. If you're not familiar with Kalma, they're a kind of a melodic death metal band from Finland. Really great band. I'm hoping they come to the States. I would love to see them. Definitely need to get more Kalma in my collection. Okay. Moving on to next up, I have a bunch of albums from the same band, and that'd be the band Marduk, black metal band from Sweden. Now, I know a lot of people will probably say, ooh, they're sort of like Nazi sympathizers or something, but they're not. I mean, they recently kicked out their bass player for doing the Nazi salute, so that's got to say something. But I like them. They're just really catchy. Gee, and they're just fucking brutal. I'm actually, like I said, I'm looking forward to finally seeing them at 70K. I got pretty much all the albums I needed to complete their discography. First off being Dark Endless. This is actually a reissue from Black Lodge that put out in 2004. And it actually has like this with the gatefold and the booklet. I'm usually not like a fan of these. I like to have like the actual like thing, so I need to find a way to get like a, I have like some Xperia jewel cases, so I'll get this in there or something, I don't know. Then I have Those of the Unlight. Some of these are probably out of order. I got Heaven Shall Burn When We Are Gathered. The Nightwing. Panzer Division Marduk, which I'm actually going to see them play this album in its entirety at 70K, so it's going to be awesome. Thick Obedience, like Grande Dance Macabre. Wormwood. The Iron Dawn EP. Victoria. And their new one that came out this year, Memento Mori. So yeah, really great band. One of my favorite black metal bands. Check them out if you haven't. Or wait, I'm kind of out of order, guys. Anyway, moving on, I need to go back to the letter L's. First one I talk about is the band Lions at the Gate with their debut full-length album, The Excuses We Cannot Make. If you aren't familiar with them, this is a band that has some former members of Il Nino, being Christian Machado, Aru Luster, and Diego Verdesco. And it also has Stephen Brewer on drums, and forget the drummer's name. But this is actually a pretty good album. I actually dig this. One of my favorite albums to come out this year. Put this back right where it belongs. Oh yeah, it goes right here. Sorry guys. Anyway, moving on, I got 2 CDs from the band Lutharo. Lutharo are sort of like a melodic death metal, heavy metal band based out of Canada. I got 2 of their releases. First off, I have their Wings of Agony EP, which came out in, doesn't say the year. It comes in this fucking little cardboard sleeves, which I'm not a fan of. And then their debut full-length album, Hyreth. And at the time, they got a new album coming out in March next year, so I'm looking forward to that. And then moving on to another Canadian band, being Lycanthro from Ottawa, Canada, has my buddy James Delbridge. First off, I have is the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse EP. Also has a little demo that they did a couple years ago. And their 2021 release, Mark of the Wolf. Anyway, moving on to, I got 2 CDs. They're sort of a newer band, and I got these a couple days ago from my buddy Richard from South Carolina, who's known on Instagram as Metal Redhead 93. Then they're talking about the band Mystic Circle. If you aren't familiar with Mystic Circle, they're kind of a blackened death metal band from Germany. I got their latest 2 releases. They've been around since the early to mid 90s. First off being the self-titled that came out last year. It's a pretty good, and they actually did a bonus track which has them covering a Possessed death metal. And then their new release that came out this year, Urs Daemon. I probably butchered that. Yeah, I checked them out, and they're pretty good. So yeah, thanks Richard if you're by any chance watching this. Anyway, back on track. I only have a little bit left to show you. And first off, I just showcased the cassette of this, but I got New Nervosa album Jailbreak, also on CD. Pretty good. It's a digipack. Put this back in here. And then got the new Nightcrowned album, Tales. Really great bands. Check them out. They're sort of like a melodic kind of blackened death metal band from Sweden. Another 2023 release, got the new Suffocation album, Hymns from the Apocrypha. First album with their new vocalist, Ricky Hoover. Of course, I was taking over from Frank Mullen, which I was kind of skeptical, but this album is really great, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised. And they definitely, they had a bonus song called Ignorant Deprivation, which is actually a re-recording, which of course has Frank Mullen on there. So I feel like that's a pretty good, like, send-off, I should say. And then the next few 4 or 5 albums, I should say, are all from the same band. I don't think I need to introduce these guys. And that'd be the band Unleashed from Sweden. Old school Swedish death metal. Been around since the early 90s. I have pretty much... I'm missing like 2 of their albums, but this is what I got. I have Shadows in the Deep, Across the Open Sea, Hammer Battalion, probably got it mixed up, and then Midvinterblot, and their latest release from 2021, No Sign of Life. Pretty good band. And then the last CD I want to showcase is the band Years of Fire with the Matricists. If you're not familiar with this is a band from Cleveland, Ohio, which has Jason Hager, the former guitarist of Chimera. When I interviewed him, I actually, I have it right here. I had him sign. I sent my CD booklet of Pass Out to Existence, and he actually came and signed by this, but he also sent me this. And I gotta show you also this, guys, if I can. Yeah, he actually also sent me some signed little photos with him and Mark Hunter. I think these are pretty cool, right here. So yeah, if Jason, if you're watching this by any chance, thank you, man. And I think he also sent me a guitar pick that he had. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I also had to showcase that, guys. And then the final thing we have is the vinyls right here. First off, I have is August Burns Red's Rescue and Restore on vinyl. This is a reissue that came out this year. It's a gatefold. They have really great artwork. And this vinyl is an orange looking vinyl. Yeah, of course, see, I got it signed from when I saw them last month, and they played the album in its entirety, which was great. And speaking, when I did the VIP, they sent me this little, I think a 10-inch vinyl called the Spirit Breaker Reprise. And it's actually 2 sides. It has Spirit Break Reprise and then Spirit Breaker Live from Seattle. And I got an orange little vinyl because when they did the VIP, they just gave you like random different colors. I heard there was like 8 different ones, and it's funny. I was in line with my friends Kayla and Trent and some other friends. They were like trading kind of like the different color vinyls for different other ones. I thought that was pretty fun. I mean, kind of like trading like cards, I should say. Anyway, next 3 I want to showcase is from the band Beyond Creation. If you're familiar with Beyond Creation, they're a technical kind of death metal band based out of Montreal, Canada. I got these all from when I saw them back in October with Neo Obliviscaris. And I spent a lot of money on these guys, but I wanted to showcase them. And of course, since I'm buddies with Simon, shout out to you, dude, if you're watching this. First off, I have is their album The Aura. I had it signed by Simon and their bass player Hugo. It's a gatefold right here, the lyrics and the band members, and it's a 2 LP, and I think this one is just simple black. And then I have Earthborn Evolution, their gatefold with the lyrics, band members, another black vinyl, and then their latest one from 2018, Algorithm. And I just love kind of like the little raised artwork. I don't know how well you can see it. Another gatefold right here. And I think this one's simple black. Yeah, right here. Sometimes getting these in the sleeve are still a pain in the ass. I keep saying that a bunch, but it is true. Next up, I got a classic power metal album, and I'm looking forward to seeing them at 70K as well. That'd be Imaginations from the Other Side by Blind Guardian. And I'll showcase the gatefold right here. Yeah, they've been on my bucket list. I get to finally see them. Simple Black. Yeah, and I know they're also going to be doing a tour with Night Demon, so I'm probably going to see them in Atlanta too. Next up, I have, of course, I showcased the CD, but I also have the vinyl of Necromantium by Carnifex. So got signed by the band. And this vinyl is this kind of green with purple splatter, which I think is fucking badass. I think this is like limited to 500 copies. I think I could be wrong. I'll just put this back in here. Next up, I got the Quantum Enigma by Epica, another band I'm looking forward to seeing on the boat. Has the lyrics with the band members and stuff, and 2 vinyl LP. And this vinyl is this cool looking one. I thought it's badass. And then moving on to, and I hard to believe this album has turned 15 years old this year, and it's a classic metalcore album. I know some people give me shit for this, probably not. That'd be This War Is Ours by Escape the Fate. I actually got this at CD Warehouse in Marietta. This vinyl is a cool looking splatter one. It's pretty amazing. Next up, I got Cumalize by Lacuna Coil. I got this signed by 2 of the members that were on this album that were in the band at the time. This vinyl, it's kind of this clear blue looking vinyl. This is actually a pressing that came out from Smart Records. It came out actually last year for part of the 20th anniversary of this album. It's still a classic album. Probably like my second favorite Lacuna Coil album. Anyway, moving on to the next 4 albums are all from the same band, and I had a bunch of CDs for them, and I'm talking about Marduk right here again. I got their Fuck Me Jesus EP. Yeah, I'm actually covering like the tits because I don't want this video to be flagged or taken down for nudity bullshit. It's just a fucking insane album. And this vinyl, it's a as that, but the fucking Burgundy album. But also has this cool little thing on the back. Just because it's only just a one-sided album. I just thought that's a pretty cool design, and just the album on artwork is just ridiculous. And I have a Dark Endless. Just simple black. Then I have Those of the Unlight. This actually comes in this kind of cool looking vinyl right here. Yeah, I swear. I think this is from a Osmos production. Just put this out in 2017. I'm trying to be careful. It just I just hate like the sleeve. You put it in, it just comes in this little plasticky kind of thing. It looks like a shopping cart or something. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful. Ugh, getting all discombobulated. We're almost done, guys. There we go. And then, of course, seeing this album live next month, Panzer Division Marduk. It comes in this kind of grayish kind of vinyl. It kind of looks gray or something. I don't know. It's just probably from the lighting or something. Okay. Next up, I have new Nervosa album, Jailbreak. Got the gatefold with the band members. Simple black vinyl. And then last one to showcase is Nile, Annihilation of the Wicked. Probably my favorite Nile album. It's a gatefold with the lyrics. I think it's only a 2 LP, and this vinyl is a red with black splatter right here. So yeah, that's my music collection update video for you guys. If I can put this back in. I hope everybody likes this one. Sorry it's been a while, and I hope everybody's having a very good holidays. Bit tired right now. Just had a long year, but I'm glad it's almost over. Just probably gonna relax. Got a couple more interviews coming up in the next couple days. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. Have a great new year. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in 2024, as well as a couple other interviews I got coming up. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.